All right, good day. Riley and I are finally getting started with the day. That's where we were able to set up our tent last night in this beautiful campsite that's just tucked away and hidden from the AT. I believe this is the way back. This is not the AT here. This is the side trail leading back to the AT. There's really not many campsites that I'm aware of in the White Mountains that are tucked away like this. But then again, perhaps there are, and I just wasn't aware because they're not easy to find. And I don't like taking side trails unless I have to, but I saw this side trail last night and I was like, well, let's see where it leads. And it led to this beautiful campsite. Right, hold up, let me go first, Riley. So, it's so late that it's not even cold right now. And I just feel very comfortable. We had a good night's sleep last night. I was warm enough, and Riley seemed very comfortable in his sleep. I did not get any reading done last night. I was looking forward to... Yeah, so this is the AT here. And we gotta go this way. This is north. Look how beautiful this section of the trail is. So beautiful. Yeah, and this was the side trail last night, and I was like, let's see where that leads. I hope it leads to a campsite. And it answered what I was looking for. Yeah, this is just a luxury to be able to walk on just some easy terrain here. Riley. Let me go first. Yeah, so I was saying I didn't get any reading done last night. I was looking forward to getting further in the firm. I'm making very good progress in the book. I'm really getting into it, really enjoying it. So much fun, especially since hiking is so difficult. It's so nice to have a break from the difficult hiking and just immerse myself in the book that I'm reading. I went to bed last. We finished off the corned beef hash, 2 cans of corned beef hash. I gave Riley more with his dinner last night, and I also ate a bunch of it. And I went to bed last night with a happy stomach. And then this morning, I woke up and I was like, I'm really hungry now. So, not only did I get up late, on the flip side, I feel very well rested. And definitely ready to start the hiking day. But I spent a lot of time just eating this morning. I made I used up a whole dehydrated meal packet, one of the Mountain House meals that I have. I have 4 left, and they're all peak refuel meals. When I saw my dad last Friday, he was able to give me 3 Mountain House meals and 4 peak meals, peak refuel. I've had the 3 Mountain House meals so far, and still have the 4 peak refuel meals. And I had the fusilli pasta with Italian sausage, I think, this morning, because I was very hungry. And I was so hungry that I couldn't wait for it to fully hydrate. It was at least partially hydrated, so the pasta got reasonably soft, but it was still partially crunchy. But I was so hungry that I didn't mind. Yeah, my metabolism is just working super fast right now. I would absolutely Maybe not right now because I ate a lot of food this morning. But basically at the end of any of these hiking days, I'm sure I would demolish the half-gallon challenge without any problem at all. I would be able to eat a whole carton of Moose Tracks ice cream. I'd probably be able to eat 2 whole cartons, which is more than a half-gallon actually. I bet I could actually do that. That's how hungry I am. And I'm sure Riley's very hungry too. He's eating all the food that I give him without any problem at all. Not surprisingly. Looks like we have a sign up here. What does this sign say? Shoal Pond Trail. And we want to stay on the AT. We're on the Ethan Pond Trail right now. Okay. Yeah, the other thing on my mind is I was thinking about how, like, I'm often, when we get off to a late start, I'm kind of feeling bad about that. And just worried about basically like not being able to do as many miles as I want to for that day, and you know, worried about all that stuff. And I was thinking about that this morning. Looks like there's a nice campsite in there. Like there actually are a decent amount of campsites, but part of the problem when you're hiking at night is if you don't know they're there, then it's pretty hard to see them. You really have to be looking out for them, especially the ones that are far off trail. Anyway, so I was thinking about that this morning because we're getting off to a really late start. I don't know what time it is, don't want to know what time it is, but it's okay. It's okay that we're getting off to a late start. At least we are comfortable right now. At least we are. The important thing is we're comfortable. We're healthy. It's a beautiful day. We're not in any danger. We're able to hike. We're able to move forward. We have food on us. We probably don't have quite enough food to get through the White Mountains, but there's other ways to acquire food to help us get through the White Mountains. So we're fine. We're safe. That's all that matters. And part of the reason I'm so conscious of this is just like the experience we had on Saturday night. By the way, today's Thursday, September the 12th, day 133, I believe, of our AT through hike. Yeah, so the experience we had on Saturday night where we were hiking in the freezing rain in the dark on extremely difficult terrain, and we absolutely had to get our bodies back to the shelter, or to a shelter, to warm up and stay alive. At least we're not in that situation right now. So anytime I'm in a situation where like I'm upset or something is feeling upsetting to me, you know, the more time that passes between now and, you know, really difficult experiences, it helps you to heal, obviously, but it also causes you to forget a little bit about how bad it was. But I'm definitely never going to forget about this. I don't think I'll ever forget about it. And whenever I'm in a bad situation or feeling frustrated or getting annoyed by something, I can think, well, at least I'm not in that life-threatening situation where I had to hike for my life to get out of the freezing rain and save Riley as well. Riley's doing his morning stops and starts here. So that's part of what hiking the AT kind of gives you. Obviously, there's many other things in life that can give you perspective, but perspective is definitely something that I feel like I am acquiring as we go through this journey. The perspective to recognize what is truly a situation that demands getting worked up about. And there's so many things in life that people get worked up about and get upset about that are not life-threatening. And obviously, I'm not saying you just don't care about stuff. Like it's getting worked up about stuff just means you care. Yeah, I just feel like there's so many things, speaking for myself, that upset me from time to time. And but they compared to being in a life-threatening situation, it's something I can absolutely deal with. And it's not nearly as bad as I might make it out to be in the moment. I'm speaking very generally here. It's a beautiful campsite right there. But I'm talking about things where, just little things where I might get annoyed by somebody's comment that I don't appreciate. And I guess when that happens, I'm not saying I shouldn't get annoyed, but I should be able to recognize, the old saying, like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me. Should be able to recognize that whatever I'm getting, upset about, if it's just things that people are saying, don't let it get me too upset, because as long as I'm safe at the end of the day, that's something to be very thankful for. Not just me, as long as I'm safe and as long as the people around me that I care about. Immediately right now it's Riley, but other people around me that I care about, as long as all those people are safe, that's really the most important thing. I feel like I'm saying all the right things here, but I'm not just saying them to say them. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Anything else? It continues to be a beautiful day here. We'll just try to enjoy this very friendly trail while it lasts. and just enjoy the day here. So we will check in later. Blue skies above. By the way, I've planted a seed in my head. I feel like I need to try that half-gallon ice cream challenge again at some point before I finish the trail, given how hungry I've been feeling. So, something to think about while I hike. All right, we got a little mini milestone here. We are crossing US Route 302 now. This is referred to as Crawford Notch. And we're going on to the other side, up this big mountain here. Let's see what this, Riley, I want to read this here. This says, Webster Cliff Trail, Appalachian Trail, Mount Webster, 2.8, Mount Jackson, 4, Mispah Spring, AMC Hut, and campsites 5.7. All right, so I would like to get to Mispah Spring, AMC Hut, and campsites tonight and stay at one of the campsites there. That's my goal. Hopefully there's enough time left. But Webster Cliff Trail. This is not named for me, even though my last name happens to be Webster. But we're about to hike up Mount Webster, so I can pretend that it's named for me. And then Lakes of the Cloud, Mount Washington is 12.5. So if we get to the Mispah Spring tonight, then we will have 6.8 from there to get up to Mount Washington, and then we'll have a little more to get back. The Appalachian Trail is a mountain footpath and national scenic trail extending 2,000 miles from Mount Katahdin. They misspelled Katahdin. There's an H in there. There should be an H in there. In Maine to Springer Mountain in Georgia. All right, we're going on. Let's go. I like taking pictures of signs that I see on trail. We just walked a little bit from that road. AMC 4,000 Footer Club. Excuse me, Mr. Riley. In memory of Alan Sargent Robertson, a founder of the club, and his supportive wife, Priscilla Saunders Robertson. Climb every mountain. So the initial climb out of Crawford Notch was steep, but very pleasant terrain. Nice and flat. Very little rocks, just nice soft dirt. And now it's turned into a bunch of rocks, and it's still steep. So I'm taking my time here. Riley, please stay behind me, buddy. I plead. Please stay behind me. All right. Let's go up this way, Riley. I think we can do this. Over here, Riley. Good job, Riley. Good job. Well, why don't we just continue on the outside here? Right, this way, buddy. All right. Miso soup, miso tired. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, Riley. Riley, stay there. Hold up. Hold up, Riley. Gotta be careful as we walking these big rocks not to bang my knee against any of the rocks. Riley, wait. Come on. This is what all our climbing has led to. Looks like we have to climb all the way up there as well. But we have reached something. This is definitely a view here. That's US Route 302 down there, where we done came from. And those are the White Mountains where we also came from. And we're in the White Mountains. And that's where the sun is. That's how much daylight we got left. I haven't seen any signs, so I don't know if this is Mount Webster or if that's Mount Webster. But it's a big rock. Lots of climbing to get up here. Alright, it is what it is, and we shall continue on. Hold up, Riley. Riley, hold up. Hold up, buddy. Lots of nice camp spots up here, too. Like, right in there. Right in there. Very nice camp spots. Now, I believe the trail can... Oh, my goodness, Riley always wants to go into a campsite. You always want to go into a campsite. Man, such beautiful campsites. This is just like amazing. I have a 2-person tent. This is like enough space for like a 5-person tent. This is like prime real estate here. Riley, why do you gotta keep pulling me? Come on, buddy. There we go. So we have done a good bit more climbing and we are now higher up. And now I don't see that big peak up there anymore. So maybe that's where we're at right now. I think I see a peak, like a rock face over there. That may have been where we were before. Alright, that's where the sun is now. I think that area down there is known as the Willie Range. Not sure who Mr. Willie is, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Willie. There's something called the Willie House down there. That may be what that house down there with the green roof is. And we can see some cars driving on the roads. It's almost like we're in an airplane, watching the cars move much slower than they seem to when you're actually on the road. All right, early. Time's a ticking. This is just a short side trail. There's a nice white blaze there right on the rock. And another white blaze. Hold up, buddy. All right, I gotta focus here. Right, hold up, buddy. This is why I gotta focus. We keep going up. There's so many views. So many views. I think that's that peak that I saw before, and it was just out of view the last time I turned the camera on. Big friggin' cairn there. I'm getting concerned about the sun. We still have many miles to go. Oh, buddy, where do we go now? Trail goes that way, trail goes that way. What in the world? This is not helpful. Not helpful. I think we go that way. I think we go this way. Come on. Hopefully we go this way. Hi, hold up, buddy. I mean, all right. There's no signage. All right, I'm gonna check my phone and make sure we're on the right track here. So the sun has already tucked behind the mountains over there. And we haven't even reached Mount Webster, but we are like less than 0.2 miles away from the summit. And we're still like over 3 miles from Mispah Spring Hut. And this climb has been extremely challenging, extremely rocky, just like this crazy stuff. According to Far Out, there is a campsite near the summit, near the top of the summit. So my plan is to try to get up to the summit. Whoops, Riley, watch out. And it's like getting close to 7 o'clock now, and we're gonna lose the light soon. So I think I'm gonna take this campsite. Riley's doing fine. It's just that we keep getting tangled up with the leash, and so. Oh, good job, Riley. Good job. Like, he could go further, but he can't because the leash is just wrapped around me, and he can only go as far as the leash lets him, which is the point of the leash. Riley, hold up. Hold up. Sometimes it's easier for me to go first. Sometimes it's easier for Riley to go first. If I think it's going to be tough for Riley, then I'll let him go first. And that way I can help support him if he's struggling at all. By like just lifting his rear end and helping to push him up. All right, where does this friggin' trail go? Oh my goodness, this is so ridiculous. I think we go up here. Riley, wait. I don't know. I don't know. There's a chipmunk up there. Which way do we go, Riley? I don't know. It would be helpful if they could put a blaze somewhere. It would be helpful. All right, let's go this way, Riley. Riley, wait, me first. Me first, Riley. All right, let's go up here, Riley. This is kind of crazy here. All right, so we're just gonna climb up however we need to. I guess it doesn't matter exactly which way we go. Come on, Riley. Come on. Good job, Riley. There we go, Riley. Good boy. Good job, Riley. Here you go. Hold up. Stay there, Riley. Hold up. All right, now we gotta go up here. Here you go, Riley. Good boy. Stay there, Riley. Hold up. Riley, stay there. Hold up. Stay there, Riley. All right. Riley, me first, buddy. It's starting to get chilly here. Riley, wait up. Wait up, wait up. Hold up, buddy. Riley, wait. Riley, excuse me, sir. I would like to go first now. So the summit means that we are at the highest point. We are definitely not yet at the highest point. After we get up to Mount Webster, the summit, there's another mountain called Mount Jackson, which is like another 1.5 miles away. Given that we have like 3 miles to go to get to this hut, all right, I'm gonna check my app here. I've heard that the climb, it's 7:04 now, that the climb down is almost as challenging as the climb up. And given that it's already 7 o'clock, I think it's just not something I want to do to try to do this in the dark. So this is Mr. Far Out here. This is Mount Webster, 0.1 ahead. And there's a comment here that says, last 0.1 is insane. When you reach the summit and you go to the left and kind of curve around and start coming down off to the right is a path that if you take, there's a camp spot there. 3 thumbs up. What's this here? I just want to check this out here. Riley, hold up. This is leading to nothing here. Come on. All right, so it says we have 0.1. Mount Webster is 0.1 ahead. Normally that is like almost right around the bend, but Riley, go. Come on, dude. Stop pulling on me. All right. Normally, that is like, you're right on it, but somebody did leave a comment saying that the last 0.1 is insane. So we'll see. I mean, this feels like it's okay. But thank goodness it's not raining. That would be awful. We're still going up, so we have not reached the summit yet. Man, from starting out at Crawford Notch at Route 302, it really draws you in with a nice friendly trail. And then it just punches you in the face with all these friggin' rocks. All right, stop complaining and let's do it. Good boy, Riley. Good job, Riley. Hold up. All right, I'm gonna drop my poles down here. Riley, wait. The other tough thing about this particular part of trail is there's all these Christmas trees, for lack of a better word. Hold up, buddy. And the branches, the ferns, whatever you want to call them, they're just protruding into the trail, and it's like impossible to walk without my pack like brushing up against them constantly. Hold up, Riley, me first. Just like this. So there's all these things that are trying to prevent us from making progress. Hold up, buddy. Hold up. Stay there, alright. We gotta be getting close. We gotta be getting close here. Hold up, buddy. Aha. What's this? Ooh, that might be where the campsite is. Alright, I'm gonna check Mr. Far Out here. Alright. It is now late. It is 9:51. Riley and I made it to the summit of Mount Webster. I was planning to film all the way to the summit, but my previous battery died, so I stopped recording. But yeah, we made it to the summit shortly after the last clip, and I was able to find the tent site without too much trouble. The tent site's a little small, but it's alright. I was able to get the tent set up. It was just large enough to get our tent in, and we're like 3.1 miles away from that hut, Mispah Spring Hut. That's where I was planning to get to at the end of the day yesterday, but we ended up starting super late today, and so yeah, we weren't able to get there. And we actually got here about 7 p.m., so pretty early. I've already had one peak refuel meal, chicken teriyaki rice, and Riley has eaten, and I'm still hungry. Anyway, I think it was a good decision to stop here. 3 miles is just a long way to go. It doesn't seem like that long, but it all depends on the terrain, and the terrain getting up to this summit was extremely challenging. Not necessarily more challenging than other terrain in the Whites, just comparable. And the terrain in the Whites is extremely challenging for the most part. And there's no reason to think that the terrain in the next 3 miles leading to Mispah Springs is going to be any easier than what we experienced already. Although we have gotten most of the elevation gain out of the way. But I'm sure the terrain is still going to be very rocky and very challenging, and to do that in the dark is just not fun. Not fun at all. So we're going to get a good night's sleep tonight, and I'm going to try to get up earlier tomorrow and tackle it with a full, just tackle it in the sunlight. Yeah, I don't want to do it in the dark. So we're not. We're sleeping, we're resting, and yeah, so we are Mount Webster is at mile 1855.1 on the trail. And I believe we started the day at like 1846 point. Let me check. Where did we start today? $1846.7. So we hiked 8.4 miles today. We only hiked like 3 about 3 miles or so since US Route 302 at Crawford Notch. Just over 3 miles, that's all. Like, it was so sunny. So sunny when we left Crawford Notch. And we hiked 3 miles, and they were extremely challenging miles. Actually, the first little bit was not too bad. It was uphill and tough in that respect, but the terrain was fine. And then the terrain just got super challenging. So the terrain, like, it's not about whether you hike 2 miles an hour. It's not about the mileage. It's how long it takes to hike something is really, obviously it's a combination of how far you're going, but the terrain has a huge impact on how fast we're able to hike. Anyway, so the important thing is we're safe, and we're gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. And tomorrow is kind of tricky. We're 9.2 miles away from the summit of Mount Washington. But we can't just get up to Mount Washington. We have to get over Mount Washington. And the next, like, the only good, like, camping spot after Mount Washington is, like, over 5 miles away. So that's another reason to get up really early tomorrow. I would like to get up to Mount Washington by 3 p.m. tomorrow to be able to have confidence that we can get to a campsite before dark. And if we can't get up there by 3 p.m., if it looks like we're not going to be able to get up there by that time or a little after, then the safe thing to do is to just not go up and just try to get a little closer. But it's still tricky because after we get to Mispah Spring Hut, I don't think there's any campsites between there and like going up to Mount Washington. There is Lakes of the Clouds Hut, but since Riley's with me, that's not really an option to stay because they don't allow dogs there. So basically, if I don't think we're going to be able to get up to Mount Washington by a reasonable time tomorrow, then it seems like all we can do is advance a few miles to Mispah Spring Hut, where there's the campsite, and just spend the night there. But anyway, I'm just rambling here. Just rambling. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be tricky, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. All I can do is try to get off to an early start and then try to make good decisions as things go during the day. So we're going to get a good night's sleep tonight and be thankful that we are safe in our tent. And I think it's cool that we're on Mount Webster here. And we're actually camping on Mount Webster, given that, as I said before, my last name is Webster. So I think that's kind of cool. And I'm looking forward to getting to Gorham. Gorham is the next town that we might be able to, like the next actual town that we might actually be able to get to. The trail doesn't actually go directly through it. It crosses, basically Gorham, New Hampshire is the first actual town that you get to after you are completely finished with the White Mountains. So getting to Gorham will be like a nice, number one, it'll mean we're through the White Mountains, which will be a huge accomplishment for us. And they have 2 Chinese buffets in Gorham. Something called Asian Buffet and then something called Dynasty Buffet. And those sound absolutely amazing to me right now. I've not been to a single Chinese buffet restaurant on the entire trail. Anyway, so I've been hungry for multiple days. I'm still hungry. And yeah, Chinese buffet sounds awesome. So Gorham is on my mind, but we still have much work to do before we get there. So Riley is sleeping right now. He's doing awesome. He's hiking awesome. He's an awesome dog. Very, very glad that he's with me on this journey. Very glad to have his company. So I will say goodnight. Hope everyone is doing well, as always, and we'll check in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. September 13th. All right, bye for now.